Oh man, it's so dark in here. Oh, hi. I'm Pastor David Friesen here from the church. I just want to share a little message with you this afternoon about darkness. It really seems like we're living in a time where darkness is everywhere, whether it's through uncertainty or isolation, or all kinds of things are going on that just seem to cast this darkness on life that we sometimes don't know what to do with that. But the message I want to share with you on this little video this afternoon is that God is still at work even when it seems all dark around us. And we can see this all over in Scripture as well. And one that we want to focus on this afternoon is the story of Joseph. Joseph found himself in some really dark times. We read about this first in the book of Genesis, and specifically in chapter 37. Here we find this time where his brothers really didn't like Joseph. So they decided to sell him as a slave. Initially, they were going to kill him, but in 37 verse 26, we read it like this. Judah said to his brothers, "What will we gain if we kill our brother and cover up his blood? Come, let us sell him to the Ishmaelites and not lay our hands on him. After all, he is our brother and our own flesh and blood." So his brothers agreed. His brothers agreed that they would be so kind, instead of killing him, they were going to sell him as a slave. And that's exactly what happened. So he got sent to Egypt, sold as a slave, and there he served as a slave, and eventually he ended up in prison for who knows how long he was in prison. But what he didn't know, that even while he was in prison, God was still at work even in this dark time. So long story short, he gets into power in Egypt, and then when his brothers are coming to Egypt looking for help, they are very surprised to find Joseph in power and in authority in Egypt. And here's what Joseph says: "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good, to accomplish what he is now doing, the saving of many lives." The saving of many lives. This is what God was in the process of doing, even while Joseph was experiencing all kinds of darkness and uncertainty. And you know what? I fully and strongly believe that God is still the same way at work today. Even when we're going through all kinds of darkness and uncertainty, he is still at work, bringing about his salvation and his hope and his light into the darkness. And you know, all that he requires, all that God needs to accomplish his will among us is for people like you and me to be faithful to him and to obey him. Joseph, when he was sold as a slave and when he was in prison, he did not know what God was all doing. But he brought about the salvation about it for his whole family, and ultimately to the nation of Israel when there was a great famine in the land. So let us remember that today. When everything else around us seems dark and hopeless, let us turn to Jesus. Let us turn to the light of the world, and he will take that opportunity to let us shine, even in dark times when darkness seems all around us. Have a great day.